Hey guys, welcome back to Eyecraftmc. In today's episode, we're going to be building ourselves a train station, but before we do that, we're going to make today's banner of the day. Today's banner starts with a light blue banner and brown dye. The brown dye is in the shape of the brown lozenge. Next, we're going to go on to an orange lozenge, so 2 lozenges in a row. Then we're going to go on to a pink fess, which is having a line in the middle of the banner like this. Next, we're going to go on to a light blue perfess, which is basically this pattern right here. Then we're going to go on to a pink rondel, which is having a circle in the middle of the banner like this. And we're going to end off with a light blue border, which is this pattern right here. And you can hopefully see what that makes. It's an ice cream cone, which I thought was a really interesting banner. I think it's really cool to see something like ice cream, you know, a food banner, which is really interesting. So I'll put that up there, and yeah, we can have an ice cream banner. And the cool thing about this as well is that, let's say you want like chocolate or vanilla ice cream, you can just change all the dyes in that banner that were pink to whatever color of ice cream you'd like. It's always nice to have customizable banners like that. So anyway, we're going to be building our train station over here. I flattened out a rather substantially large area of land, and we're going to be building it right there. So I'm thinking that we'll probably, right past here, you can see we're going to be building it right over here on this plot of land here. Another thing we're going to do really quick is actually build a little bridge from here over to our laboratory, since it's kind of silly we have to go all the way down the ditch and then all the way back up. So I think it's this wood right here. Yeah, so we're just going to use some of this. And we're going to use that to basically build a nice bridge over there. So we'll probably just get ourselves a good stack of wood. That should be enough. And we'll just kind of line this up. Well, I'll probably actually just go over there just to make sure we don't do it wrong. Yeah, we can go over here and go like this. We can also just replace these right here for the wood as well, just so that it works a little bit better like that. So there we go. And we can just build ourselves a nice little bridge over. And eventually I'm probably actually going to have the entire level of the land be up here, but I may end up filling this area up with water. I'm not actually sure what I'll be doing for now, but anyway, for now it's good to have a nice easy way to get over, so we'll just finish this up. And we'll be building our train station right there, and it'll just be kind of a smaller train station, but there should be enough room to have eventually several rail lines coming off of it, which should be good. We can have, you know, a quick way to get to a lot of different areas, which would be quite awesome. So we'll go like that. And we have our shulker box with all the supplies here. The other thing we're going to want to do is just over here, give ourselves a double chest with all these rails in here, because we're not going to need this for a lot of the build. So it'll just kind of clear out our inventory there a little bit, which is always important when you're building something. So we're going to grab ourselves some polished andesite. That's going to be the floor of the train station. I think we'll probably just put it somewhere around here. So we'll probably just go off maybe 3 blocks from here and kind of build ourselves an approximate base. I mean, I never really go super specific with this, because I think that's one of the coolest things about Minecraft, is you can build rather on the spur of the moment. So that should be good, maybe 9 blocks across like that. I think that's what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, hopefully that is right. Probably go maybe 14, 15 blocks long. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I think 12 is a little small, so we'll go like that. And break it over to this side here. And we'll break this all full too. And yeah, we'll just basically just get rid of all the grass here real quick. And thankfully we do now have a silk touch shovel, so we can break all that, and we can basically put in our floor there really quickly, which is awesome. And we'll have a nice kind of domed glass roof, if I can figure that out correctly. So hopefully we can have that, because that would look quite awesome. I think I'll just put in, I think there is some grass that must have spread down there, so we'll just place that in like that. And yeah, so we're going to be using all this andesite here. And actually a really good tip to building a floor really quickly is just to kind of do 4 at a time like that. And you can basically just fill in, I mean, sometimes I'll do mistakes, but you can fill in really large areas very, very quickly by just going like this, 4 at a time. Sometimes you'll even place a 5th one by accident, but yeah, it just makes filling in things really a breeze. And that's always nice, since, you know, that's kind of the most tedious part of building, and the part that takes the most time is filling in the floor and things like that. And yeah, we'll just keep filling this in here, and I think this actually makes a really nice floor. I like how the andesite is such a simple and such an easy to get block, and yet there's a really beautiful brick texture to it. And I think that's something that's really nice, is just to have kind of a simple but functional tile floor, because that's kind of what train stations will often have, is like a patio or brick floor. So there's that. They're going to need some supporting walls for this building, and I'm thinking I'll probably be using some pillars of different sorts. I'll probably just grab these blocks all here. This should all be quite useful. Some of the walls will actually be andesite as well. Should be fine. So I'll probably get some wood here, and I'll probably make some nice quick little pillars. So I'll just go up maybe, so we have 20, so we could do 5 on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should work fine. I think we'll also strip these as well, because you do that by right-clicking on the wood with an axe. But anyway, because I think this train station will be not super modern, but I think it will be some that's definitely not supposed to look old. And so I think having a nice, more fancy-looking wood would work the best for our support pillars there. I think that's already coming together as a really nice wall there. So there we go. There's up to 5 more, and we'll just eat some food here since we've been falling down a little bit there. And yeah, we'll probably get ourselves some nice windows. Now the exit, that is, of the rails will be this way. So we're going to want to get ourselves kind of an interesting bit of circular exit here. So I'm thinking what we'll probably do is we'll probably have multiple lines. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 5 lines max. So what we just do here is grab ourselves some purple wool actually. Go up here about 3 blocks on either side. And we're going to want to go up over like that, so we're going up 1 more block over, and then for the very top we'll just fill in like this all the way across. So we basically have a bit of an arch there. I think that makes sense since I found railways often are arched like that. Does that look good? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I'm probably not the best, but I think that looks decent. We'll be able to fix that later if it's not the best for now. We'll also just extend this a little bit since that's where the railway lines will be coming out of. And they'll all be kind of next to each other. We might just do 3 lines. I guess it depends. For the side walls, though, that should be quite simple. So we're just going to basically have maybe some accents of this dark oak. We could probably put that on the bottom, actually. That would look quite good, I think, as just kind of a base for this. So we could put that all the way along like this. Of course, we can always break parts of that to make the doorway. Since we'll want a doorway, we can probably make that like this. We'll have a kind of a smaller doorway since an open doorway is what you'd expect, but it's such a small building, it'd kind of be silly to do that. And now that I'm thinking about this, probably just change this purple wool over to dark oak planks, because yeah, I think the purple wool will be used in this building, but not like this, because the wool, I think something about it doesn't look very reinforced, obviously because it is wool, but I think also just the texture looks like more of a fabric than anything, because of course that is what it's meant to look like. So it doesn't look like a really stable arch. So I'll probably go like kind of around like this, just with the wood. I think that should look good, because then it looks like it's a stable part of the building instead of something that's kind of like just like a kind of hanging tarp across there, right? Which is not really the look that we're going for. So that should work better. But again, the same shape I think would look good because we have that nice arch shape in there. And yeah, we'll just put all that in there like that. And there we go. We'll just pick up all our wool since there's no point wasting that. Alright, I think there's probably 1 piece up there. Yeah, there is. I think I could tell that because I had a stack, so we'll grab that. Anyway, what we'll do too is we'll get ourselves some glass, since train stations I've found generally have large amounts of glass. So what we're probably going to do is just go up one of these pillars here to make the roof. And the roof will have like some nice glass arches to it, which should look really good. So what we'll start by doing is around the center. I think we're actually going to take some dark oak and put it around here, but I don't think we have enough for now. So what we're going to do is put a little bit here for now, and we'll put some more around here eventually. I think we should go to bed here real quick, because we'll go to bed on top of here. I remember seeing these pictures a while ago of people working on these big skyscrapers in real life, and they're like eating their lunch and dinner on like these little poles. That's what I feel like up here, I guess. Although of course it's not very high up, so we'll grab these. Yeah, I think I'll just grab real quick some more dark oak, since I think that could be quite useful for the upper wall there. I think actually dark oak is kind of a rich looking material, like maybe like a mahogany wood is similar looking like that, so I think that would work quite well. Yeah, so we'll go over here. I think we have enough of that. Let's see. It looks like we do have a good amount of that. I don't even know if we'll need that much, but that should be fine overall. Actually, we'll just get one of those off and then we can just craft all that. So yeah, and also I want to use these birch trapdoors for the outside to kind of have like a reinforced look to the top of it where the glass will be. So hopefully this will look good. Not sure if it'll look quite as good as our lab or some of the other things we built in this world, but hopefully it will look just as good. So yeah, I'll just break this, and we're just going to put this all the way along the edge like this. We basically just have a support of wood like that. So this should be really rather simple. So go in like this, and awesome, there we go. I guess we'll just over here too. And then we'll kind of have some nice windows in there. And we'll make the roof first though, since that'll kind of show us more of the look of what this will look like. So we're just going to pile up here. Of course, we'll get rid of this in a second. I'm placing a lot of blocks by accident, but that's fine. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start over here and over here. We're going to want to go in and out. So we have a middle block like this. So we can kind of probably go something like... Actually, do we have silk touch? We do have silk touch. So we are good on that front. If you don't have silk touch, you want to be very, very careful when you're placing this glass. Actually, probably shouldn't have broken that, but that's fine. What I'll often do if I don't have silk touch is kind of place like temporary blocks like this here to place the glass on, so I don't have to destroy. Yeah, and I'm thinking what I'll probably do is go with more of like a triangular roofing scheme, so it'll look a little bit strange, I think, but I think overall it should really get the trick done. So go like that, and we'll basically just bridge these all the way across to the other side of the building. And this will basically just be the big glass roof. I'm not sure why, but I have found that just by looking at pictures of railway stations, that does seem that they often have glass on their roofs. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because it ventilates, or maybe it could also be because of the sound of the trains. You know, you don't want it to be super loud because, you know, there's a bunch of trains coming in and out. That could make the most sense. I'm not sure though. So, yeah, I'll place all these here. You should make a really classic train station looking roof. And it's always fun making something that kind of, you know, in real life would be really large, but in Minecraft, of course, is actually rather small. So hopefully we can still get the idea across of a large train station with such a small building. So yeah, and eventually overall, if we want to make this bigger, we can always add like another kind of glass section like this to the left or to the right. And we can just kind of infinitely expand this if we need to, which is really nice because overall it's just kind of a pretty building to cover up where we're going to be having the beginnings of all the train tracks. So I think in between here we're probably just going to put glass in there too, sort of like a greenhouse type idea, but hopefully it won't be too hot here for the passengers of the trains. So put that all in there, and I think we should still have enough glass. It's not that big of a roof, honestly, so we shouldn't be using too much glass. An interesting thing actually is that when you're building glass and really blocks in general like this, when it kind of goes like a zigzag up and down, it's actually the same amount of blocks as if it was flat. So for instance, let's say I was going to be building a pyramid. The amount of blocks I'd need to build the base of the pyramid would be the same as the entire top part of the pyramid, because like when you go like, let's say like this is the same amount of blocks as going like this, or like this. So it's kind of interesting bit of math there. You can make that the floor of something can be just as hard, if not harder than even the entire roof or the entire structure of something if it's triangular. So of course that wouldn't apply to something that's square. So there we go. I think that's looking pretty good. Okay, so I think window wise we should probably go for some nice, maybe some arched windows would look really good. So if we kind of go up with a bit on top like that, that could look almost too wide actually. Maybe if we went like this, we could go like that. I think that could look quite good if we went like this, and hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, I think that would actually look really, really nice if we go like that, and then we go on this side, go like this, and then just kind of build the same thing, and then fill it in with some support blocks. So we could go like that, and then we can go with some of this andesite for some supports like that. I think that's actually really awesome. Hopefully it'll look really good once it's done. Then we can go like that. I don't actually think I will use that purple wool. I'll often just get myself together a whole bunch of blocks to build with before I build, and then I end up using some. I'll not end up using all of it, but yeah, just kind of good to grab some different random blocks and see which ones work best with things as you build. So put that like that, and put that like this. Break all those, and hopefully when we put this in like that, that should look quite good. We can put some supports here on the side. If we can cut this into a stair, which would look really good. So we'll put that all in like that, I think. Yeah, that's looking quite good. We can fill in the rest of this with wood. That should look good. That's actually making some really nice support structure look through there, I think, which is exactly what we want. Is kind of a really supported building that's kind of more supported by kind of pillars and things, and less so by large walls. So yeah, because that's kind of more the train station look. So go like this and this, and it looks like we're actually starving to death because we forgot to have our breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we'll just fill up on baked potatoes there, and yeah, we'll just put in tons of stone in here. Should work awesome. And yeah, I think that's actually really looking nice. It'll look even better once we fill in with dark oak planks. And if I had dark oak walls, which unfortunately are not in the game, but if they were, that would look super cool, because then we could kind of have it be more indented In fact, overall, I wonder if it would look better if those windows were panes. I'm not sure. I have to check that later. Yeah, that's pretty good for the walls. I think that's looking decent. Yeah, I think it might be could be better maybe in some ways, but I'm not sure exactly how, so that's good. And then what we can do is we can work on the next part of the train station, which is basically to put in where the trains will go. So we put our rails over here. We're going to just want some, not a huge amount. Maybe just some of each type, not too difficult. And we'll get where the trains start being boarded, which would be maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 away from. Is that too close or that too far away? Probably too far away. So let's move this forward maybe 2 more. We want some room in here, right? So that's probably good. And then we'll probably just break these so we can have it be 5 rails here. And we'll just put all the rails in like this. So, and that some of these will mess up, but we can fix them by just replacing them. Those should kind of auto-correct themselves if they go correctly. And yeah, like these will kind of mess up, but again, we want just a bunch of rails like this. Actually, I'll probably just go with 3, and then I'll eventually put in the middle ones if I need to, because I may end up not having more than 3 rail lines here. I'm not sure how much more will happen on this place or not, so I'll just kind of continue these on partially, and we'll work more on that in a second. So there's that. And then we want some nice pillars to start these trains on. So I'm thinking probably acacia, actually. There's a good contrast there. And I think I found acacia will actually work very, very, very well with the andesite because they're both gray. So they really have that nice look. Although these won't actually stay gray because we're going to be stripping them. So is that looking good? Yeah, I think that's looking really good. So we'll go like that. That'll kind of be how the trains start. So a little bit in the way, I must admit, but it's really the best way of doing this overall, I would say. So we'll grab ourselves 3 stone buttons, and we can kind of start these as the little starts of each rail line. And of course, I'm not exactly sure where these will all go, but when I do know, I can put a sign up. So I'll start now by putting a sign like this, and I'll put I'll actually space that better. I'll put to the village, like that, or that's not how you spell village. Okay, there we go, to the village. And then I can kind of put some little I think these are, put some V's down there, and we can kind of see those look like arrows pointing down like that. So there we go, we can kind of see this is the line that takes you to the village. So of course we'll connect that up here in a second. So yeah, I guess just to finish we have to get the front of the building, which is always important. So I'm thinking for the front we could maybe go for something like this. Yeah, a nice little bit of glass like that. And then we can grab ourselves a bit more of this dark oak plank, maybe even. We could go with, let's have a nice open thing, actually. I think that'll be good. Let's go 3 wide. And on these side blocks here, let's get ourselves some dark oak logs like this. And these dark oak logs, yeah, like that. I think we can strip those dark oak logs like this. And they'll kind of have a nice chocolatey color there. And then we can put it in like this. And I think we can probably finish this off with basically putting these trapdoors around the edge. That'll kind of just make it have a better transition between the glass and the top of the building, right? Because obviously there would have to be something affixing that glass to the building, and I think that looks like it, 'cause it looks like that could be kind of like a hook or some kind of structure. So hopefully we have enough of these. We probably don't actually, but we might. And if we don't, we have lots of birch wood, and we got lots of birch trees around, so we can definitely get more of those. So we'll just throw all those in here, and trying to not place them wrong. So the trick I think is to place them at the bottom, yeah, like that, instead of at the top, because at the top it'll try and place the other way. So put that around like that, and that's actually perfect. And we'll just flap all these trapdoors down and try not to do it like that. So there we go. Looks like it's almost bedtime again. So yeah, let's go over here and get ourselves, probably to be open. I found railways also often have kind of more open doors. So another thing we want is a bunch of chests here. These will be to store minecarts. Now for now we only have like 3 minecarts, but eventually once we get like an iron golem farm, or at least a better way of getting iron, we can do that. It's kind of cool actually to see the sunset through the rail station there. That's quite cool. So we'll just get our bed out and head on to bed. And then in the morning we'll finish off the last final touches of this rail station. So I think what we need, I think what we could use is a nice acacia bit here. And we can go like this, or like that, and that won't stay there. And then we want to go, it was the wrong pickaxe, but anyway, go like that, and then we'll just strip this, and that'll be like kind of part of this marquee, or the sign that'll show off what this is. And we'll go like this. And they'll basically have a little, what do you call this, an item frame here. We'll put the item frame here with this here. Yeah, there we go. It shows that it's like a rail station. So I think that's actually a really nice way of showing off what this is. And just looking at that right now, it's making me think that it would actually look really good if I finish this off with 2 dark oak here, strip them both, and then that looks like it's super supported. And I think that looks like a really nice train station. So hopefully we finished all that up. I'm probably forgetting something, and yes, I am actually forgetting something. So I'll put the last final touches in, which includes a couple of these blocks here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get some support beams. Now let me see how I can put these. It might not actually work, but I'll try and just kind of some small little supports in here to show that the glass is being held up like that. And we can also put ourselves up some glowstone kind of hanging from the roof, maybe like that, or maybe not quite so common as that. Maybe one like that, one like that, and we can go like 2 blocks apart like this, and like that. No, actually that's a little bit low, I think. I will break that. But yeah, that should be good. So yeah, I think that's basically done, and we can finish off by just connecting this up to the other lines. So let's see how close that is. We'll probably want to go across here. So I'll probably just, build across. It shouldn't matter too much. So this line here, we'll try just going forward like that a little bit, and we'll just have to build over this. This is actually a really cool piece of terrain generation here. It's still part of the forest biome, and just kind of like it's not even a cave. It's kind of generates down here. You can see it's like the mountain kind of goes underneath you. It's really cool, kind of not a cave, but looks like a cave generation. So what we're gonna do is grab this. So that's, what is that, 4 blocks? No, it's 5 blocks. So we'll grab the rest of these, put that there, get ourselves our little bend piece here, put this here, and grab ourselves powered rails and put the powered rails down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put that down, and basically, let's see, I'll put this across here, and again, eventually this will probably all be covered up, but if not, we can always replace this for something else in the future. It's not like it really matters to replace, maybe 10, 15 rail blocks. So we'll put this down like this, and we'll place all that down. So let's see what we can do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll just kind of place this along here until we get to our other line. And then that should basically connect that up, and we can have a working rail station that works to the village, which should be a really useful and quite interesting and cool thing to have. So we'll probably just actually make it a little bit shorter there, and go like that. 5, yeah, that's 5, perfect. So I think if we just keep going along here, we might actually need a couple more powered rails, but we're pretty close overall anyway to fitting these together. So let's see, the other one, let's go one more forward. Is that 3? No, actually 3. So we'll probably just go 4 on this line. Or actually, no, just 4, yeah. So we'll go like this, and then fill that in like that. Get out of the way, chicken. And then we'll build this over here a little bit, and it'll be a little bit interesting for now, but it should be fine. Just build that over like that, and then have a bend there, and we'll basically just break some of this and connect that up here. In fact, we could probably, if we're breaking this all the way over, break all these and just kind of move them over a bit, but I have to quickly run and grab myself a couple more rails. Maybe we can definitely see that rail station from over here. I think that's looking good. I think that turned out probably better than I thought it would, actually, so hopefully you guys like it too. And I'll just finish up this little bit right here. So yeah, I think we just have to place this. Let me see. So we're just going to go over here. So we'll start over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like that. And then we can just put the line here, put that there, like that, and we're done. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I want you guys to like the video if you enjoyed it. If you didn't like the video, make sure to dislike it, because I know that you guys don't like this type of content, but hopefully you guys do like this type of content, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!